Hey, good evening, everybody. Peter Vexelman here. It's Tuesday Night Live. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to be here. We're going to get started here in just a couple minutes. Kind of making myself at home. Hope you all having an amazing week. I know we are partner driven here are having a great week. We actually during this COVID made a move. We realized, like so many other businesses, really didn't need a 10,000 square foot building for what we do. And we realized during COVID that really everybody was doing just fine doing what we do and doing what they do from home. So we actually downsized offices. And yesterday was the first time we were all there. So that was really cool. We were like literally all the people here in Atlanta showed up. So that was really, really nice. It's actually further away from me to where I'm sitting now. I'm in my in-town place. But it is closer to the lake house. So a lot of you all know that we have a lake house up north. So this office is actually closer to that. So that's all good. But thank you for being here. If you don't mind, let me know where you're dialing in from. If Julie was here, I know that's what she would be saying and that's what she would be talking about. So let us know where you guys are here, where you're dialing in from, who's represented. What's up, Brad? Myself, how are you? What's up, John? Hey, Erica. Stanley, how are you, buddy? What's up, John? We got Texas represented, St. Louis represented. We have Christine. What's up, Christine? What's up, Abe? What's up, Emory? We have Ball Ground, Georgia represented. Reginald in the house. We're going to get started here shortly. Just a couple minutes. We're going to get rolling. But I'm so glad you guys are here. It's Tuesday Night Live. This is something we've been doing for a long time. Matter of fact, as we moved from a traditional real estate investment company to a partner-driven model, our Tuesday night webinars is the one thing that we have consistently done from the day we started moving towards the partner model to this day. And for a lot of reasons, from our partners love it. A lot of times our partners dial in and zoom in, and that's great. But also it's like the number one thing we hear from people that learn about us, that find out about us. This is the number one thing they check off in the boxes of how they got to know us. Some people have utilized these Tuesday night webinars as a way to get to know who we are, what we do, what we're about, what the model is, and things like that. So we have no plans for switching them up, changing them up. Again, glad you guys are here. We're going to get started here in just in a minute or so. Yeah, we do have a lot of people from Georgia in the house. Kansas. Here. What's up, Shane? What's up, Mike? Glad you guys are here. What's up, Dallas? Yeah, we got Kansas in the map for the first time. What's up, Shane? Shane. Hello, sir. Back to you. Glad you're here. We're going to be getting started here very shortly. I got some good stuff for you guys today, both for some of y'all that are already part of our family, partner-driven family, and those of you that are not yet part of our partner-driven family who are, like I said, just checking us out. We're calling tonight the perfect storm. Why literally this is, in my opinion, not really just in my opinion of so many others, this is the most unbelievable time to be in this business. There are factors in play. There are things going on right now that just some people haven't seen in a lifetime of investing. My real estate investing has a 22 year behind that. So, but yeah, the things that are taking place right now are phenomenal, and we're going to talk about that. My goal today, I'm not going to try to say it in any other way other than to straightforward. My goal today is to prove to you and to tell you all that this is an incredible time to be a real estate investor, whether you want to do it by yourself, whether you want to do it in our partner-driven model. But what's taking place today is phenomenal. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about today's market, the perfect storm, and why there has not been such unbelievable opportunities on a buy side, on a sell side, and things like that. All right, well, let's get started, guys. Again, I appreciate you all dialing in as we're talking here in the beginning. There's more and more people popping on, but it's time to get started. And I'm going to start the way I always start. I just want to address you all that are on here tonight from a perspective of who you are. As long as I've been doing this, I have found that there are two types of people that tend to listen to these, either in a live scenario, in a live format, or in a recorded format. Some of you all are our partners. You are part of the partner-driven model. And by the way, what is the partner-driven model? Maybe not a bad time to take a minute or two to explain. Partner-driven model is very simple. We are a real estate investment company. I have personally been at it, the investment game, for many years, 20 plus years. Have done thousands of real estate transactions, and I've done them from different perspectives. I've done them from an investor perspective. I've done it from a lender perspective. I've done it from a builder perspective. I've done it from a developer perspective. I've done it from a buyer perspective. I've done it from a seller perspective. I've done it from an investor perspective, but I've also done it from a retail side, realtor perspective. So, the one thing I feel I have is I have a track record. I have history, and feel very confident in myself when I talk about this business. But for many, many of those years, I have been that specifically, an investor, kind of see deal, find deal, do deal, find deal, do deal. And that took me to some pretty good places in terms of the rewards that we were able to reap from this business. And the model worked very, very well. We got to the point where I actually had basically a whole call center of people taking inbound seller calls. We had days we had over 1,000 sellers call our offices looking to sell properties to us. And things are going great, but if you understand real estate to any degree, that model also had its limitations. For instance, limitation number one, it's like, where was I located? And in accordance to where I was located was also the areas in which I was able to do my deals in. Okay. And my first kind of crack at getting past that, I started setting up offices across the United States. Okay. I thought, well, gosh, I love Florida. Florida's got a super duper market. So we set up an office in Jacksonville. And then we started really hitting it big in Jacksonville. And we just started just getting presence literally across the United States with that model, all the way down to the West Coast. Our had offices there, and the model worked great from that perspective. But the limitation of that model is that it's like you can only set up so many offices, right? I mean, I'm still, I was always considered myself to be a small business owner. And so that model also had some boundary type of limitations. So then I started figuring out, look, how do we get past that? Like, how do we get to the point where we can do real estate deals without having any boundaries? And so this is slowly how the partner-driven model evolved to where it is today. And now we are no longer a real estate investment company from a perspective of like find our own deal, do our own deal. Now, an overwhelming majority of our deals, 95% plus of our deals are done as a result of partners across the United States. And the cool thing about our partners is that some of them, I don't know if we have one like stereotypical partner, because we offer so many things to our partners. We're realizing here that our partners treat us almost like a buffet, right? Like for instance, we offer coaching and training to our partners. Well, they're partners. That's all they use us for. They have no intention of ever doing a deal. They love learning. They love studying. So they utilize us strictly from that. Some people like it the community feel. I mean, we are very, like I call it, a family-driven partner program. So some of our partners utilize it from a perspective, it's a great community to be part of, and they share back into the community. They're like constantly active. They're constantly active in this community. Some of our partners love the technology. We have technology, we call our technology deal driven. And there are partners that utilize us for no reason than for the technology that we offer and the training we offer behind it. And they love it, and they go out there and they use it for whatever they use it for. Some of them use it to find their own deals and don't even get us involved. Like they do their own deals utilizing our technology. That's totally cool with us. Some of our partners go even beyond that. They actually start doing deals with us. And we love those partners because, we feel like if nothing else, after doing the thousands of deals we have done, I consider myself to be, along with the partner-driven team behind me, we are transaction engineers. So some of our partners take it beyond learning, beyond technology. We also generate leads for our partners, and some partners take it beyond that. They're like, hey, I want to do deals with you. And we love that. We love that in our partners. We're doing more deals like this month. We did more deals last month than we ever had with our partners. And September is shaping up to have more deals than we had even last month. And so some of these deals require money. And if the deals requires money, anything like earnest money or purchase money or rehab money, that's on me. I provide the financing, the capital. That's my responsibility. Some of our partners utilize our construction services, okay? So like when it comes to being a partner, it's a smorgasbord. I think that's the word, right? Or a salad bar. I know that's a word, okay? And there is no one like total stereotypical partner that I think utilizes everything. Some of them do, but most of them kind of pick and choose what to utilize. But, and so some of y'all here tonight are our partners, and so glad you guys are here. Very excited, no matter where you are in a partnership. Some of you guys are just getting started. Fantastic. This is another way for you to plug into us. Some of you guys have already done deals with us. Super duper. Glad to see you're on here tonight. And if you're a partner, the goal tonight is very simple. I want to get you more charged up for what's going on in the marketplace. I mean, that's it. That is really the goal for you tonight, or for me, if you're already a partner. I want to kind of kick you in your butt because some of you don't even really understand or can appreciate what's taking place in the marketplace. It's a no fault of your own. It's kind of like, people say it ain't my first rodeo. Well, guys, it ain't my first rodeo in real estate. Some of you guys, it's your first rodeo. So you really have no concept of what's taking place in the marketplace. You don't see the perfect storm out there. Now, by the way, guys, when I say it's not my first rodeo, like, it's like, I mean, I've been up and I've been down and I've been up and I've been down in real estate. So I've been through like incredible times in real estate. And some of the times like literally kicked my ass, okay, and knocked the crap out of me. Again, we are in incredible times right now. So if you're a partner and you're listening to us tonight, I just want to kick you in the butt. That's it. That's the point tonight. I want to kind of get you really, really understanding what the heck is taking place in the marketplace and why no matter what you're doing right now, whether it's through a partner-driven world or you're just part of the partner-driven world and you're maybe doing your own deals, whatever, you got to take it up a notch. So you know what I say to our partners, right? Reset, recharge, recommit, and let's go. Now, some of y'all here tonight are not our partners. You are literally checking us out. You're like, you've heard about the partner model. You know, the word partner makes sense to you, but you're trying to figure out, well, how does that work in my world? Like, how does that, like, what is the value of being a partner? Why in the world would I give away 50% of my profit to someone like a partner-driven model? So bottom line is you're checking us out and you want to get comfortable with us. And that's the second type of person that's with us here tonight. And I'm glad you guys are here because I'm going to show you why you got to do it. Why you, if nothing else, you got to get into real estate. And if you are in real estate, you got to take it up a notch because I do not know how long this market conditions will last, but they're here today. They're taking place. And I want to just build a case today in the next couple minutes while this is an unbelievably incredible time to be in this business. And then, of course, I want to build a case of why you do want to be a partner. Because if you're a partner, there's just a ton of benefits you get, okay? By the way, I do want you to stay to the very end tonight because I'm going to do something really cool tonight. I'm going to give you the ability to get started with us tonight. Like if this could be the final nail in the coffin to you finally saying, what the heck am I sitting around and like not being proactive? So tonight, if you stay to the very end, I have one or two people that are stayed behind that are going to be available and they can get you started like that. Okay. And when I say like that, I mean, that means we could be working towards your first deal literally in the next 24 to 48 hours. And that's super fast in this business. Again, as a partner, it's very simple. You have access to the salad bar, right? As we call it tonight. You have the ability to get coached and mentored by myself and my whole team. You have the ability to have us generate leads for you. We'll give you technology. We'll provide capital if capital is needed. We'll help with construction if that's needed. We throw it in the market, sell it, split the profits down the middle. Obviously, you can learn a ton more about our partner program at www.partnerdriven.com. That's www.partnerdriven.com. So, all right, let's get started, guys. So we are literally in unprecedented real estate times right now. And, you know, I was talking to our partner-driven organization here, the people like behind the scenes, you know, the people that are helping our partners facilitate deals, our closers, our transaction engineers, you know, Julie, you know, our sales team and all this. And I was literally telling them that you have to like let people know what is going on in the marketplace right now. Because unless you went through this like I have for 20 some years, you really have no idea. See, this is how real estate works for all of us. Like everyone has been taught the same methodology about real estate. And this is it. I could describe it like in one sentence. Real estate goes up and real estate goes down, right? That's, if anything, like if we could all agree on one thing of how to describe real estate in under 5 seconds, it's a business that goes up, it's a business that goes down. Business that goes up, it's a business that goes down. And the thing that I've always taught people is that to be successful in real estate, you have to learn how to ride that roller coaster, right? Because what I don't know is I don't know about the future, but I do know it's going to go up and it's going to go down. It's going to go up, it's going to go down. Why? Because it has always done that. It's always done that. If you look at the history of any kind of investing, really even beyond real estate, like think about it. Is there any investment vehicle, any investment opportunity out there that's been flatlined forever? Not really, right? Stock market, right? Probably the most powerful and definitely the most famous investment tool out there across the world. What is it known for? It is known for going up. It is known for going down. And the people that really make the big money in it are the ones that have the ability to perform in different conditions, right? Like you don't hear the great investors necessarily bailing. You hear them changing strategies, you hear them adapting, you hear them buying, you hear them selling, but what you don't really hear too many of them doing, right? You don't see them fleeing, okay? And that's really how the real estate business has worked forever and ever, right? It's went up, it went down, and it's really that has caused more hardship to investors than anything else. It's that act of going up and going down, because here's what happens to a typical investor, right? Whether the market's going up or the market goes down. Typical investor gets in at a certain point, right? They possibly learn that point is like they understand like, okay, this is the market I'm in. Most people don't even get to that point. Most people get in market in real estate. They have no idea how to adapt to anything. But some people do. They get comfortable with that, right? Because they get comfortable with certain market conditions. They get comfortable with certain interest rates. They get comfortable with certain strategies, certain techniques, certain geographical locations. But why in the end, if you think about it, most people, I mean, let's face it, we all know people that are real estate investors, right? I mean, it's, the internet's littered with so-called real estate investors. But, the kind of the behind the scenes secret is really, how many of them do you know that are really killing in this business? Like, how many real estate investors can you point to in your life that you could like literally pick up the phone call right now, and there's no question they're making money? Probably for the hundreds, and some of us know thousands of people that call themselves investors, and very few people make money. And why is that? Well, because here's what happens even to the people that for a little while make money. What happens, the markets change, right? We know one thing, goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. They get in at a certain point, they adapt to it, they figure some things out, and then as the market begins to do what it does, change, go up or go down, they don't understand how to change with it, okay? And since they don't know how to change with it, since they don't know how to adapt to it, they just get wiped out. The biggest example of that every single person probably on this call that at least was alive about 10, 12 years ago, is what happened in the 08 market, right? Do you know that as many people as got like seriously hurt during that market? Well, before that market crashed, there were tons of these people making money. So what the heck happened? Well, that's what happened. It changed. I mean, back then, before the 08 crash, literally you could buy a property sight unseen, like literally sight unseen. And guess what? A lot of people did that because they had no idea what they were doing. But again, they adapted to the times. And back then the times were easy. Just buy something and sit on it for a minute and it'll appreciate. And many times, even before you got to close on it, you would make money on it and you could flip it right at the closing table, right? And so, but when the conditions changed all of a sudden, right? When the money got tighter, so buyers couldn't buy. When the market started going down, depreciating. So all these people that had this inventory, they didn't know what to do. It just, boom, wiped the slate clean, right? And so that's a perfect example of what happens in real estate. There just happened at a humongous level that was apparent to everybody. But make no mistake about it, those events take place on a daily basis, right? I personally know investors that got in, were doing fairly well, and now they're out. Why are they out? Because they refused, or they did not understand. I don't know if they refused. I think it's more or less they just did not understand how to make adjustments and how to change with the times, right? And so that's one of the big things I always tell people, that no matter where you are in this trajectory of real estate, you better get ready, because it's going to change sooner or later. And hopefully you'll be able to, make that change and adjust to the change and basically go with that change. Okay. Now, here's the other thing you have to understand about real estate. It's two-dimensional. What I mean by that is this: it's like, too much supply, too much demand. Easy money, hard money. Interest rates up, interest rates down. So, you're always trying to like figure this thing out, in certain parts, in certain times, it was very easy. You used to be able to walk in, and trust me, during those times, I used to walk into a bank, get an application, and basically, and they didn't really want too much information on you. They wanted to give you money. Okay, whatever it is, just here. You need $100,000 for the house. It was like no money down, no income verification, crazy, 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 right? But then there's also times in real estate. There's also times in real estate where it's very difficult to get money, you know, where the underwriting requirements go way up. Okay. Now, that doesn't like start and stop at the money end. It's the same thing, for instance, on the marketing end. Like here in our investment company, we have gone through cycles, and I mean cycles of changing our marketing techniques and strategies. Like some people don't even realize that. Some people think, well, you just do the same thing over and over and over when it comes to marketing. Like they say, yeah, I understand money gets tight, money gets loose. I know properties appreciate, I know properties depreciate, but marketing's marketing. No, marketing's not marketing. Marketing also has its ebb and flows in real estate, okay? And so you have to learn, there's things that we did from a marketing perspective 5-6 years ago that right now we literally teach against it. Like it used to be the only way to do it. Now no longer is it a legitimate way to do it. It's like a waste of time. So we like teach against it, right? So when you go through all these analyzations of ups and downs in all the moving parts in real estate, this is why in real estate is just a darn tough business, right? It's like, well, what cycle is marketing in? Okay, what cycle is money in? Okay, what cycle is appreciation, depreciation in? Okay, what cycle is this geography in? And when you put them all together, it gets really tricky, right? Because the cycles don't flow together. So you got a real jigsaw puzzle that you got to put together. And so this is like sometimes when some of you guys have been in real estate and you're not making money and you're trying to figure out why, some of this I'm sure is hitting home. Some of you guys have been in real estate before and you got out and now you want to get back in. Hopefully what I'm saying tonight also is kind of hitting you home. You're like, yeah, that kind of made sense. So a lot of moving pieces, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of, roller coasters. You got to put all the pieces together. Oh, by the way, you got to run them smoothly. Oh, and by the way, they don't stand still. It's not like just some kind of graph that finally, once you find all the intersections, you're like, oh, finally figured it out. Here I am. No, because this line is going to move a little bit this way. That line is going to move a little bit. You get my point, right? Not an easy business. Not an easy business. A business that so many want to get in, a business that so many do get in. But in the end, a business that is really dominated really by not everybody that gets in, but dominated by people that figure these kinds of things out, right? And they're hard to figure out. They really are hard to figure out. So that brings me to the topic of tonight. And tonight I will tell you, from all of these intersections, from all of these ups and downs, from all of these things that change up, I have personally never witnessed better opportunities that are taking place in real estate than are taking place today, and never have. And I think when you talk to, and here's the other thing. I'm going to extend that sentence one more sentence. In our segment in real estate, I have never seen the opportunities that are taking place now to be profitable in real estate in 22 years that I'm seeing now, with the caveat, it just so happens to be in our segment in real estate. So let me explain this last sentence away, okay? It's not in every segment of real estate, okay? It is not in every segment of real estate. There are parts of real estate right now, and you drive by them every day, right? When you drive by empty buildings, empty storefronts, closed for business restaurants, there are segments of real estate that are not functioning, right? Guess what we did? I started this tonight by explaining this to you. During COVID, we downsized. We went from a 10,000 square foot building to a 2,000 square foot building. Okay. Well, guess what happened to that building, to the landlord in that building? It's still sitting there empty. Okay. So there are segments in real estate that it's not the perfect storm in. There are segments of real estate right now where you're like, some of us are on our knees and saying, oh, thank God I didn't like pursue that little venture, right? And they tend to be segments that tend to warehouse, like storefronts, strip centers. Obviously, malls are hurting. Really, anything that could be tied back to COVID is hurting right now, right? Businesses that need people in them are hurting right now. You know, businesses that need foot traffic are hurting right now. Businesses that are in segments where COVID has affected, right? If I own like a taxi cab company, right? I've been hurting. Well, guess where my taxis are probably going to be warehoused? They're going to be warehoused in some kind of a warehouse, right? Hurting because guess where the first person I ain't paying my landlord, right? So anything that's been affected by COVID could be right tracked down to some kind of real estate, okay? But there are some segments of real estate that are just absolutely exploding right now. And guess what that segment is? It just so happens to be the stars have lined up for what we do. Single family investment opportunities are through the roof. They're absolutely through the roof. And this is where I want to bring this back to you and wrap it all together on why we call tonight the perfect storm, okay? And when it comes to single family investing, there's two sides to the equation, right? There is find the deal side, and then there's do something with the deal side, right? That's it. Find a deal, do the deal. Find a deal, do the deal. And they involve different techniques, different strategies, and all this, right? But usually they don't work in tandem, right? There's that supply and demand, you know, too much inventory, too little inventory. Nobody wants the inventory, you know, money on the streets, no money in the streets, you know, easy to get a buyer, tough to get a buyer, okay? So let's just kind of dissect why this is an incredible time and an incredible opportunity. Let's first start out at the find the deal side, okay? This is the easy side. This is the side that if you're listening tonight, you could probably take over the webinar right now and explain to everybody on it why it is a pretty good time to be looking for real estate deals right now, right? Because in real estate, we work off what's known as motivation, motivating sellers, you know, extremely unique circumstances, events in people's lives that put them in the position where they have to get rid of something, all right? Guess what? People are looking to get rid of stuff right now. I mean, again, I don't have to sell anybody on it. I don't have to convince anybody of this thing. Everybody listening to me tonight or in a recorded format somewhere down the road will agree that there's tremendous motivation out there, right? Because what happens during a pandemic, it's like I don't know what you call those, but it's like one of those things that's a fire that sweeps through the field and everybody gets affected. Like across the board, boom, it just comes through and everybody gets affected. And it could be, you know, you could be affected in many different ways, right? But almost everybody, I don't think anybody listening to us tonight will be like, COVID, what's that? Like, no, I've never heard of that, right? No, everybody, okay, everybody got affected one way or another with what's taking place right now. And what happens when people have extenuating circumstances, okay, when people go through issues, many times those issues, and these issues could be like, you know, death in a family, unexpected illness, it could be job loss, job change, you know, kids moving in, kids moving out. So there are things that take place in people's lives that create these circumstances, create these events where they're like, man, I got to get rid of this. I got to get rid of it, right? And this is what creates a good investment deal. This is what we all as investors are on a hunt for. You know, we come in basically as saviors to these people. We help these people out, right? They have no other options. They got to move potentially fast. But some of these people can't even sell their houses on the open market, even if they wanted to, right? Like some of these houses need $50,000 worth of work. Well, Not everyone's got 50,000 laying around, right? So sometimes people get put in these boxes in life that it's like that's it. We're the only thing they got, okay? And so what happened as a result of this pandemic, there's been this another thing that has come to the forefront from a motivating factors, right? So we had all these existing motivating factors, but now we have one that swept the town, swept the country, and it's created tremendous amount of motivation for people to get liquid, right? And when you're thinking of liquidity, when you're thinking like, listen, I got to make my house mortgage payment. I got maybe 2 houses, or I have some investment properties. So obviously the keys I want to hold on to my own, or you're thinking I got to make my car payments, or I just got laid off, so I got to be able to weather the storm, right? When people like are looking to fill those holes, here's what they don't do. They don't like go into their cabinets and say, well, I have 6 of these cups, so let me sell them for $1 each or $10 each and create $40. $40 is not going to pay one single mortgage payment. It's not going to pay utility bills and all this. So the motivation that's been created now is pretty big. Mortgage payments have to be made. Some people have to keep their families afloat for 3, 4, 5, 6 months till, they can go back to work and all this, right? What do people have? Think about it. What large assets? Think about it yourself. What is your largest asset? How many opportunities do you have if you need a quick $50,000 or a quick $100,000 or even a quick $5,000, $10,000? For a huge portion of the people out there, it's their properties, right? It's like their rental house. It's not the houses they live in, because they obviously still have to live somewhere. It's that secondary, I call it that second tier house, right? It's your rental properties. It's your investment properties. It's your second home. It's the home that your parents willed to you that you're like, well, I'll just hang on to it and see what happens, right? That's boom. So there's motivation that gets created from that end, right? And again, we as investors, this is it. This is where we're able to step in and help these people with their problems, because they have a problem, they have a situation. A lot of times you say, well, gosh, you're almost talking like you're taking advantage of these. No, I'm not talking like I'm doing this. I promise you, people that do business with people like us are people that have to have people like us, right? It's like saying, you just cut people, you put things in people's heads and in their brains and you're a killer. No, I'm a surgeon. And when people need help, they come to me and I do this and I help them, right? Well, we help a segment of people that cannot get help anywhere else for a lot of reasons, right? Sometimes the reasons are time-wise. They don't have 5, 6 months to sit on a property, or 3 or 4 months to sit on a property to sell it on an open market, right? Some of them, like I said, some of these properties need $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of work before you can even get a family in there to look at it, right? Some people don't have that kind of money. So I could give you circumstances after circumstances where literally, we are the only thing that some of these individuals help. So this is an opportunity for us as investors to step up as a community and say, we're here to help. Hey, if you got a situation, you got an issue, and if we could solve your problem, we're here. And this is why this is what's happening, right? This is why more deals are taking place now than I've ever seen. So on this side, tremendous amount of motivation for people to get rid of, and we need to help those people as investors, right? Now, but remember, as an investor, you got to do something with that property to make money, right? Just getting a good deal and sitting on it and shouting to the world, hey, I'm just here, I did this incredible deal. No, you got to do something with it, right? Now remember, this is what I'm telling you. The segment we're in and how we're doing deals is absolutely bullseye, the perfect storm. Now, one way you can make money as an investor is you could actually sit on that property and put a tenant in there and cash flow it and, wait 20, 30 years, maybe pay off the mortgage, and then you can make some real money on it. Great, but don't suggest that right now. Guess why? Because tenants aren't paying right now. I promise you, tenants have every reason in the world not to pay, even the ones that can pay. So Yes, you could hold on and sit on them if you want, but it's probably not going to make you money right away. Okay. So what do you do with it? You got to get rid of it. And if you're going to get rid of it, there's really two roads to take, two paths to take, right? One is the consumer path, right? Meaning you sell it to a homeowner like Mr. and Mrs. Jones with their 2.5 kids that want to put a white picket fence around it with a dog and a cat and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Remember the perfect storm. This is an incredible time to be selling it to families or individuals like that. Why? Because there's cheap money right now. It's easy for that family, very easy for that family to walk into an institution and to borrow money. So there's a lot of them. And a lot of people right now are seeing that as an opportunity right now. People that have been wanting to buy homes forever, but maybe they couldn't afford it, but maybe they couldn't afford the interest rates, maybe they couldn't qualify, maybe it wasn't the right time, are now seeing what's taking place. It's cheap money. And when you're borrowing for like a 30-year mortgage, that's like one of the biggest factors you look at. Can I afford it? And what makes something affordable or unaffordable is like, can I afford to make payments on this thing? And let me tell you something, there's a big difference between 4, 5, 6, 7% interest and the interest that you can get right now if you could halfway, be a living human being. So the first path for us as investors into single family community is, sell it to a consumer. Again, terrific time because there's tons of them. We're seeing homes sold quicker than we ever have. I mean, it's just incredible what's taking place. I mean, we're selling some of these deals that we're doing quicker than we could even buy them. We're selling them quicker than it's like we get it and boom, hey, I want it. It's just what used to take months to do is now taking days to do. So terrific opportunity. What's the other way to make money on it? You could wholesale it right now, right? Well, guess what? If you're going to wholesale it, you need an investor. Well, pretty cool because they are now, some people tie in COVID to the whole world going broke. Huge misconception. The whole world is not broke. Many people are bored, but I could assure you the whole world is not broke. There's tons of people with money. So what's happening now on, let's say, the wholesale side, the other strategy that you could use to get rid of the property is there's all this new money that's being poured in. Tons of new money that's being poured into real estate from people that wouldn't even know were buyers. Like, who? I didn't even know this group existed because there was a lot of people that were sitting on the sidelines because the market was so competitive. It was competitive with people didn't know what they were doing. It was competitive with people bidding out properties. So a lot of smart money, okay? So a lot of smart money was sitting waiting for something to happen. I mean, I can tell you there's no one out there hoping for COVID, for a pandemic to came through. But there was a lot of smart money sitting on the sidelines, knew something was going to happen sooner or later, right? And what that does when something happens, this is another thing that takes place when things happen, things get cleared out. Things get cleared out. So this smart money, a lot of investors now have gotten out of the business, literally jumped out of the business, but all this new money has come back into the business. And this money is big money. And guess what the big money also can afford to do? They can afford to pay more because they got to spend it now. Now they know they got a limited amount of time, number of months, maybe half a year. Who knows how long this will all be around still beyond today. And so they're willing to pay more because they want more, right? They've already gotten rid of the pandemic's gotten rid of most of the competition by just simply scaring them out. So the smart money is in. So they have less competition and they already decided, let's just pay a little bit more so we can get even more inventory. So what's happened, and the wholesale strategy is a strategy that used to tend to make a little bit less money. Now it has the ability to make more money because a lot of new money has come to the marketplace and they're willing to overpay. So now what used to take sometime months for us to do by having to fix a property, we could do like that. because of our unbelievably amazing techniques of knowing how to wholesale that almost no one else knows out there. Okay. And we could make sometimes as much or even more on our wholesale transactions than we used to make on our fix and flip. So the perfect storm. This is it. The perfect storm is when something that never happens before is taking place. You got great supply and you got great demand. Those two are never in balance, are they? One's always higher. You got too much supply, you got less demand. You got less demand, you got too much supply. And you're always teeter-tottering. By the way, those are the things that cause the ebb and flows of real estate, because it's never aligned. It's never aligned. It's aligned right now. It literally is aligned. You got incredible opportunities on the buy side from motivation, and you have unbelievable opportunities on the sell side because of demand. I've never seen that like this. I didn't think it's possible. Now, I knew somewhere along the line these lines would intersect for a split second, right? But now we have it. So here you are. If you're a partner here tonight, let's get it into gear. You got to take advantage of it. You got to take advantage more than you are. I have to take advantage more than I am. I mean, I look at the deals we're doing right now and I'm like, holy crap, why are we not doing a billion more of them, right? So I'm kicking myself in the butt too as one of the partners in the partner family, okay? So if you're a partner today, understand, you got to take advantage. Right now is the time to take advantage. Do whatever you got to do. Got to do whatever you got to do. This is an incredible time to be in this business. If you're not a partner, you got to do it. You got to just step it up and do it. Here's why I'm going to tell you, I think it's better for you to be a partner than to do it yourself. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't have time to learn. You don't have time. And I could tell you the perfect storm is just a storm. And guess what happens? Sooner or later, storms go away. And this will go away too. What I'm telling you right now is incredible news. But the bad news is it'll go away. I don't know when, but it will go away. So you don't have time to screw around and like go learn it yourself and experiment with it. You just don't have time, okay? The other reason it's better to be a partner is that when the storm comes to an end, you better have somebody at the ship's wheel that knows what the hell they're doing. I know what I'm doing. So when the market starts shifting back to kind of bad supply, good demand, bad supply, you better be aligned with somebody that's going to be able to guide you, because I've already built the case earlier today to tell you why people almost always get out is because they don't know how to guide themselves. You're getting in at an incredible time. There's no question about it. But if you get in right now, you better know what to do when things start shifting. I feel confident based upon my experience, based upon my years, based upon my qualifications, based upon my deal flow, I will be able to steer the ship when the storm comes to an end to whatever direction we got to go, east, west, north, south. But if you're not a partner, you got it. This is it. This is it. And let me tell you something. Some of y'all like have to do this now. Some of you guys have been checking this business out and like kind of thinking about it. But guess what? Some of you guys just got hit by COVID, right? Maybe not you personally, but your employer shut down, or you've been giving a notice, or the money is not the way it used to be, or your personal business like is tanking, right? So it's like your back is against the wall. So it's like, this is no longer like, well, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, who cares? This is like, for some of you, this is the only thing you got. So this is the time to jump in to our partnering opportunity. Because when you're partnering, well, if you're already a partner, you know what you get, right? You know what you get. And if you're not a partner, here's what you do get. Literally on a daily basis, you have the ability to work with myself or my staff that's been with me forever and ever. And we're going to teach you and show you how to do this. If you're a partner and you're not taking advantage of it, you got to take more advantage of it. Every day we have access. You have access to us either in a live setting or in a recorded setting, in a group setting, in a private setting. If you're a partner and you're not taking advantage of it, you need to. If you're not a partner, when you become a partner, you will have access to that. Okay. We help with lead gen. If you're not a partner and you're not utilizing our technology from a lead gen perspective, you need to start doing that, because those are the sellers. Our technology gives you access to those sellers I just told you are motivated. So if you're not a partner, if you're a partner and you're not taking advantage of technology, please start, because our technology is built specifically for the sellers that I was just telling you about, okay? If you're not a partner, once you become a partner, you will have access to that technology and to those motivated sellers I was just telling you about, okay? Obviously, as a partner, you have, if a deal needs capital, you'll get access to it. If you're not yet a partner, you will get access to it when you become a partner. If it needs, if you need help with construction, we provide that also. We put the properties in the market, sell them, split the profits down the middle. So now, if you're a partner, come on, let's do it. Let's step up. Let's take it to the next level. Reset, recharge, recommit. Let's go. If you're not a partner and you just want to kind of like, well, that sounded pretty compelling, but I need just a little bit more information. You just need to go to www.partnerdriven.com. If you're not a partner, but you're like, okay, well, I'm ready. Let's go. Then I have 2 people that are staying behind tonight, and they'll take your call personally, and they will get you started in our partnering program. But you got to be serious, you know, not tired kicking, not like trying to figure this out still. If you're ready to go, I'm going to give you 2 names. I'm going to give you the name of Erica and Michelle. And I'm going to give you their phone numbers, but they're going to be right in your chat also. Erica, 470-451-2474, and Michelle at 214-605-3569. So if you're ready to go, if you're like, this is it, this makes sense, then let's go. Then give a call to either Erica and Michelle, and they will get you to, they'll get you started tonight. And literally within the next 24 or 48 hours, we will be taking steps, literally that quickly, taking steps to get you to move forward with the partner program. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. That's all I got, but I do have one other thing that I want to tell you. We're here to give back as much as possible, both to our partners and non-partners. Only way we could do that is if we get some feedback from you guys. So if you don't mind, when I pop out of here in the next minute, there'll be a survey that'll appear right on your screen. I guess it'll be in your chat box or something. If you don't mind just taking a survey, just tell us what you think, because that's how we get better, right? You know, like, I think I say something smart and everyone's like, well, that's stupid, or vice versa. So I'd love to get your feedback. So if you don't mind staying, there'll be here it goes. It'll pop up once I'm out of here. So other than that, guys, again, Peter Vexelman, I enjoyed tonight. I'll be here again, same time, same place, next week. Partner driven, guys. It absolutely works. Thanks. I really enjoyed it. Bye.